How to create the best portfolio on Behance. Hey guys, welcome back. So if you're looking to get started on Behance, then you might want to get started by building a really strong portfolio. For this, you don't need a lot of experience or a lot of different lingos or anything that is super professional. You can get started with Behance by building a solid portfolio simply by adding your relevant information and the actual facts about your art or whatever you are building on Behance. So let's get into actually building a portfolio and how you can build a strong portfolio with your own assets. So to get started, simply click on sign up on the top right and you can get started with signing up. So you can choose to get started with your email address or password, or you can create your account using Google, Facebook, or Apple. Now, once you click on the preferred method, you can get started by choosing your email address and then continuing on with your Adobe ID. Now, after you have created your account, you can get started by going onto your profile. So right now we've created our account and we can go on ahead and click on the top right icon, which is going to be this little picture. And then you're going to click on Behance profile. Now, optimizing your Behance profile is also very essential for the fact that you're going to be able to find a lot of opportunities. And for this, your profile needs to be accurately reflecting what you can do. So to get started, the first thing you want to do is click on edit your profile. Now, after you click on edit your profile, you have some basic information, such as your first name and your last name. You're going to enter that. Then you can add your occupation. Now, if you are currently in a working position that is going to be applicable, then you can add your occupation over here. So you can add your particular position, or you can just add your specific position title. It doesn't necessarily have to be your entire position title. Then you can add the company as well. Then you have your location. You can also add your city. However, you can also skip this if you want. Now, another very essential part is your website URL. Now, I do recommend for most artists that you do build your own portfolio website. The reason for building your own portfolio website is because your potential clients should be able to view all the work that you do, and having your own website enables them to see what kind of work you can do. And it doesn't have to be a paid website. You can use a free domain using Wix, Squarespace, or any other website building platform, and you can build a website over there and include all of your work. Now, the reason that I say this, although I do say you should optimize your Behance portfolio, you can't add the same quantity of work or work experience over here. Over on your own website, you have a lot of creative liberty. And if you're in a art position, then the more creative your website will be, the better chances that you will get hired or people will appreciate your work because it will be reflective of what you actually do. Now, after that, you have your teams. So you can add a particular team if you have it, and then you have your on your web section. Now, one thing I recommend you add is your LinkedIn profile. Your LinkedIn profile usually already has a lot of professional experience linked, so I do recommend that you add your LinkedIn if you have it. If you don't, you can skip that as well. You don't necessarily have to add your personal Twitter, Instagram, or anything of that sort. However, adding your own YouTube channel if you're running one that is relevant to your particular niche of work. So keep that in mind. If the YouTube channel that you're running is not relevant to the type of work that you're displaying on Behance, then there is no need for you to link it over here. And for any other platforms that you have, you are going to link them if they are relevant. Now, after that, you have your My Art Journey. So you can name this title however you want. I recommend going with something that is really simple and illustrative. And then after that, you can add a little description. Now, this is going to be very personalized. This is going to be something that is going to be very specific to you. However, it can be a great way for people to know your personality before they get started with working with you or before they get the chance to interview you. So this is going to be reflective of your own style, of the way you speak, or of how you got into art, or whatever is your personal motive or goal. You can add all of that over here. So on and so forth. You want to add your story. say make sure this is at least 3 to 4 lines, because if you make this really short of only 1 line, then it's really not going to be reflective of who you are, and then people cannot gauge what kind of personality you have and what exactly you are illustrating. Now, after that, you have your work experience. You can click on over here and click on add work experience over here. And then you can add the contact info of your particular website. So you can click on other URL, and then you can add the URL of that particular company or of that particular website where you used to be working at. And then you have your personal statement. Now, after that, you can add your work experience with your company name, company's website, location, and your position. You can add multiple different work experiences. So just as an example, now let's say this is our company name. I'm going to click on add. So if that company is not on Behance, I can still add that company. Then I would link the company website. Now, let's say this is the particular URL. Make sure you're adding the correct URLs. And then you can add the location. It's really good if you do add the location, so it's going to help people recognize that, oh, this is a real company and you're not just making something up. If it's some place that only works online, then you can click on all countries/regions, and then you don't have to necessarily specify which city you've been working in. Even if it's a remote position and the company has a physical location, I do recommend adding the particular location. Now, after that, you have your position. And then after that, you're going to add when you started. Let's say we started over here and we ended after 1 year. Now, after that, in your details, you want to always mention what kind of responsibilities you had. What were you doing day to day? So whatever is your day-to-day responsibility in your previous job, you want to add that. However, make sure that you never are writing your own praise, because that often sounds really bad. You want to include the things that you actually did on a day-to-day scale, rather than saying, hey, I was really good at drawing this, or I was really good at creating this. You don't want that. You want to include things that you actually did within that particular field. And then if you had another work experience, you can click on add work experience, and then you can add another one. Then if you have education, relevant education, you can add that. Even if your education is not directly related to art, you still can add your school or university, which I highly do recommend. Then you have your awards. If you have received, I recommend you only add the particular awards that are relevant to your particular niche, and then languages and skills. Now, in your skills, you want to specify what kind of tools you can use, like so, and then you want to keep on adding these skills you have. Make sure you're not adding skills that you have not acquired, because if you ever do add those skills and then later on someone inquires to you, could you edit this out for me? And it turns out you really don't know how to use Adobe Photoshop. Then you're going to be in a really bad position and you might get shadow banned for these kinds of things as well. Now, after that, you have a custom section where if there's anything else you want to tell about yourself, you can create a custom section with its own title. However, only make sure that this is relevant information that can be useful and helpful on your Behance portfolio, such as more art experience or any other type of work that you've done within this field, or any kind of notable accomplishments that you have within the art world. After that, you can click on view resume and take a look at what your current resume is looking like. Now, once you've done that, you can click on edit work experience and add further. However, you want to go back into your Behance profile. Now, once you add your Behance profile, you can see this was just our first little section. After that, you want to make sure to add your own banner image and to add your own illustrative image. So you can click on edit your profile, and then click on upload on your basic profile, and you want to upload whatever image that is definitive of you. You can choose your own artwork, or you can choose an image of you. And then on your banner image, I recommend adding your own artwork. Then after that, you have your work section. Within this particular item, you want to display some of your work. Then you have your services section. So you can click on create a service over here, and then you can add a specific service. Now, this helps clients or potential businesses to see what kind of services at what price point you provide. So instead of getting, a permanent position, you can find multiple different gigs that you can acquire as you go. So let's say I do background drawings, and then you can add your description. Let's say the delivery time is less than a week and I provide 4 concepts with one revision, and then I can choose the category. So let's say this goes into website design, flyer and brochure, poster design, and these are the applicable categories. So you can only select 3, so make sure they are relevant. Let's say backgrounds are going to be more relevant in illustrations, and then fashion design as well as landscape design. So I can click on done over here, and then after that you can enter your price. Let's say we start at $50 like this. So in this way you can build a really strong portfolio on Behance. That can help you in finding jobs and finding different gigs and projects that are relevant for you. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.